This is Adam Jelm. I'm the Education Outreach Coordinator for the Comfort Lake Forest Lake Watershed District, and I'm going to walk you through the 2024 Education Outreach Summary. In your board packet last month was the report, and we're going to kind of run through that as summary video here. Education outreach guiding documents that we kind of build all the way down to what we're actually doing, meaning the watershed management plan, our big 10-year plan provides general areas of focus, kind of the big program goals. Under that, we have the comprehensive education outreach plan, 5-year window on that, focuses down a little bit more into strategies, kind of program strengths, areas of improvement. And then down from that, we have the education outreach implementation plan, and that's a 1-year plan, provides specific actions and activities, and tracks the program metrics. Again, big picture, the watershed management plan is kind of building that knowledge and understanding through education and outreach, connecting folks to the resource and understanding that their actions have an effect on the water quality. What folks are doing on land is determining the water quality and the quality of the resources. 3 key areas under that: the ongoing initiatives, the standard project signage, and then the youth education, the local student engagement. And we have 2 goals, 2 big goals: increasing public knowledge, kind of the appreciation of the water resources, groundwater, surface water, lakes, streams, and trying to get a behavior change that's going to positively impact those water resources. And the second goal is communicate the district programs, what we got going on, programs, projects, other initiatives. So goal 1, helping folks understand that they play a role in it. Their behavior is determining the water quality, and they can do things that'll positively impact it. Goal 2, what the district has going on, programs, projects, activities. And then we have a comprehensive education outreach plan, again, more focused. 3 themes under there is increasing knowledge. Still a little bit bigger picture, kind of those behavior changes, how your actions affect the water resources, certainly collaborative efforts with our other partners, as well as what we are doing at the district specifically. Promoting the general activities is kind of the next theme, and then the specific activities is the third one. So if we look at chloride, for example, chloride, big picture, the chloride's effects on the lakes and the rivers, general activities, kind of promoting the general activities of the district. We have a chloride, water quality chloride program, trying to reduce chloride use, and then specific activities that the district has to increase the understanding, how folks, for example, water softeners, what their role is, or specific salt use on your driveways, roads, things like that. So kind of focuses down in those themes. And then the education outreach implementation plan, 2 main objectives there: tracking the program metrics and providing specific actions and activities. These reach to achieve the main plan goals, again, increasing public knowledge, communicating what the district has going on. 2024 approaches. So these are kind of what we did in 2024, summarized in some different categories for education outreach. Certainly, this is where adaptive management comes into play. The education outreach program, as it is now, is relatively new. We're expanding it, we're building off of it, we're learning from our successes and our mistakes. So adaptive management is playing a big role here. The 4 categories that we broke the approaches in 2024 into: workshops and classes, the technology platforms, which is website and social media, our social marketing aspect, which is constant contact, and then our bigger events and our tours that we did. Starting with workshops and classes, that was one of our big pushes this year. We had 228 people attend or participate in 18 workshops that were classes and workshops hosted by the watershed. Our big 3 partners on that were Hardwood Creek Library and the 2 school community ed programs, Chisago and Forest Lake. A lot of community ed programs. We also did 1 workshop with the Master Naturalists, the north side of the metro, that chapter of the Master Naturalists. And you can see the different activities there. We certainly had some that we got canceled for low attendance, especially in the Forest Lake area. We struggled there a little bit. I think we canceled 4 or 5 classes for low attendance. And the attendance number, at least 8 to run the class is the standard I was going with for this year. Technology platform, so website and social media. We'll start with the website. A little background on that. 2022, we did some rebranding or branding in general. That included the new website. We had a contractor that helped us with that. The end of 2023, they stopped doing those services, so we were kind of on our own there a little bit. Into 2024, the staff were doing their best to maintain the website, post things. And then we worked with Pinnacle. We worked with the contractor, Pinnacle Marketing, kind of overhauled that website the summer of 2024, rolled out the new one into August. Again, trying to be more user-friendly, increase functionality, and have a support system for some security features like that. And you can see the total users, the views, and the engagement rate. The views or users, right around 500 each month. Again, we didn't roll it out to the end of August. So we're just going off of the new analytics. Right around 2,000 folks, give or take, were viewing it each month. An engagement rate, 55, upper 50s on the percent for the engagement rate. That folks were going on there, checking things out. The biggest ones were the news and events. Our classes, our workshops, our news, things like that was being posted. And then the board packet information. Those were kind of the two categories that people were looking at the most. Social media, Facebook was our social media platform we really used a ton in 2024. We generated a lot of posts. We developed a schedule, a calendar and a schedule in the spring and rolled it out in March. That's when we really started posting stuff, trying to get the algorithm built up so that there was some event, news, some item on there every day, at least during the work days or during the weekdays. So folks would want to keep going on there. They were kind of checking out messaging every day to see what was going on. We had water quality tips. Those were on Mondays for the most part. Native plant profiles. Every Tuesday we had a native plant we profiled. Every Wednesday we had a wildlife profile. We also did a kind of did you know on Mondays, and then on Thursdays a little bit. Fridays we tried to promote events a lot. We generated, so the district itself generated 157 posts from March on, and then we shared 181 partner posts. Tried to share a lot of them on Fridays, but we also were sharing partner posts whenever they would come up. Trying to do timely posts, keep folks in the loop. You can see the views, the reach, kind of the interactions. A view means that somebody just jumped on our Facebook. Reach means that they looked at something on there, and then interaction means they liked it, they shared it, they commented, somehow they interacted with it. And then our follower changed. Slowly but surely, we're adding folks on there. We didn't have any months that we lost anybody, or a net loss at least. And we ended December with just over 500 followers on there. We had link clicks. That was where if somebody went to the event, clicked on the event, clicked on the link for more information, things like that. We had a couple months that were, bumper busy months. August was a very busy month. That was preparing for the state of the watershed. So we were sharing a lot of information. Our partners were sharing a lot of information, a lot of flyers, news, and events like that. By far our highest traffic month. But overall, about 1,500 views, about 800 reached. Content interactions were all over the place, but depending on the month and depending on what we had going on, we had a lot more in the spring when we had community ed classes. So folks were going to those links and then registering for the classes. And you can see that with the link clicks too. Early on, they were a little bit higher. August, again, was pretty high. That was state of the watershed. We also were rolling out our fall community ed stuff then too. Here's just a couple examples. So the one on the left, that was our native plant profile. So that's what the infographic that went out on Tuesdays. And then there was also a link on top of it. You could click on there. It would go to the Minnesota Wildflowers page. And folks could interact with that, learn more about that. The middle one is the Wildlife Wednesdays, kind of the backyard wildlife profiles from the DNR. Lots of info on there, and then folks could click on the link that was included and go to the full page from the DNR, learn even more. Far right is kind of the events. This is one of our events. We were promoting a community ed class. This one happens to be a Forest Lake School. So it was kind of a rundown of the event. Maybe the flyer was on there and then the link to register to get more information from the school or to actually register for the classes. Social marketing, we use Constant Contact. That's been the chosen social marketing through the district. It's a great tool. Mostly, we've been using it for board meeting materials. We started to push events. We've got some more landing pages. We're adding new subscribers consistently. In 2024, we had 128 email events that went out where we sent some news, board meeting materials, something for a total of 4,700 sends. Of those, about half of them, people were actually clicking on and interacting, reading it, going through the board packet, agenda, things like that. An interesting stat is that 90% of those folks were viewing it from a desktop versus 10% from a mobile device. That gives us a little bit of insight. That also helps us when we're creating content for our mobile web version of the website, things like that. And you can see kind of the two tables I broke out there, the board meeting materials. Of the folks that got it, about 50% were actually opening it, and then 12% were clicking on it, going to a link, reading an agenda item, something like that. The events and news, 55% open rate, so a little bit better, and then clicking, maybe they were going to the registration, maybe they're going to the website to learn more about that item or that news event. 55% open rate, 21% click rate on that. Events and tours. So staff attended all of the Lake Association annual meetings, Forest Lake being the largest by far. So you can see the numbers on those. We also did natural shoreline informational meetings, trying to promote our cost share, make folks more aware of native plants, native vegetation on the shoreline. Bone Lake and Comfort Lake, we had a handful of folks there. Forest Lake, we did a little bit better. Overall, folks were there, plus they got the flyer and information. And if they didn't make the meeting, they still could have contacted us. And folks were sharing the information from the meeting as well. And then kind of the special events and tours, we did a contractor workshop with MRAP. 30 folks attended that. Bone Lake delisting celebration, kind of one of our big events, our Pride and Joy last summer. 80 folks attended that. We had a great committee that worked on that. Lots of legwork, lots of promotion. A great event. Again, 80 people attended that event at Scandia. Aiden and I did a Washington Master Gardener tour. We had 20 Master Gardeners that toured different sites, natural shoreline restorations on Forest Lake and Keewatin. A well-attended event for Master Gardeners. Washington County are looking for more events up on this north end of the county. And this was one that they talked about. So we helped them out. It was a great event. And then our big event last year, the State of the Watershed event, 85 folks were there. Probably a little bit higher. People were coming and going at the end there, but I'm going to say 85. Well-attended event, great event. So overall, even our big events and our meetings, well-attended. A recap a little bit, 2024 certainly was a transition and a building year for the Education and Outreach Program. There was some staff turnover the end of 2023, end of 2024. And that required training, technology challenges. We had some hiccups with the website, with the contractor. But it was also a great building year. New staff, new opportunities, new approaches to connect with our partners and our public, creating new events. It was a great learning year. I'm going to build on that in 2025, even busier.